Everything is nothing now. I'm taking back my life. You make me wanna do the things I would never do. I'm moving on now, I'm fighting what's inside of me. I don't know if it's dream or reality. 'Cause your light and your pain makes me wanna scream. But I'm finding a way that will set me free. I'm so addicted to you. I'm so conflicted with you. Why can't you see that we're through? Better believe that it's true. I should have opened my eyes, seen through your ugly disguise. You were destined to be my greatest enemy. Let me be, just go away. I'll leave in this mess. You've done your part, you broke my heart. I'll leave with no regrets. You make me wanna do the things I would never do. I'm moving on now, I'm fighting what's inside of me. I don't know if it's dream or reality. 'Cause your light and your pain makes me wanna scream. But I'm finding a way that will set me free. I'm so addicted to you. I'm so conflicted with you. Why can't you see that we're through? Better believe that it's true. I should have opened my eyes, seen through your ugly disguise. You were destined to be my greatest enemy. You try to take the best of me. Nothing you will do will stop this fire. You try to break what's left of me. You don't know what pain is till we're done. I'm moving on as I'm fighting what's inside of me. I don't know if it's dream or reality. 'Cause your lies and your pain makes me wanna scream. But I'm finding a way that will set me free. I'm so addicted to you. I'm so conflicted with you. I see that we're believe we're through. I should have opened my eyes, seen through your ugly disguise. You were destined to be my greatest enemy.
All right, there you are, Kinsman.
Here we are.
You were outside lots today. Are you tired?
No, not tired
You
yet.
ready for a nap or
No,
what?
we had some fun with the
Hello,
law enforcement torch run,
Yeah.
Special Olympics this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, big day out in front of TPS. So all
right.
the Special Olympians
And
trotting through town.
Yeah, amazing. And that's how they get their funding to go to provincials and nationals. And then Brady Roy.
Yeah, Brady Roy, we kicked it off this morning with his cut, the cut for kids cancer. Again, that video, his pictures, before and after up on our Facebook page. Again, Brady, before reaching out to us, was trying to get to $1,000. Today, got the cut with $1,500 for kids with cancer.
so
Kids, wigs for kids.
Wigs for kids.
Yeah.
The hair's going off, and some child that, going through this terrible, I would say a whole bunch of other words, but the disease of cancer that affects most of us.
It gives
some way or the other, it has an ability to get a wig. And they do wonderful things, Wigs for Kids. So big shout out to Brady.
And it should say Wigs for Kids, you know, follow that video, gave it a huge heart, and, you know, praise Brady for his efforts. And again, thanking everybody for the donations.
All right,
$1,500
Kinsman,
bucks. Lots of money.
I know why you're being rude again and delaying the introduction to our guest, because you don't want to botch his last name.
I don't want to botch his last name.
But you're going to botch it.
No, we're here to talk about National Indigenous Peoples Day coming up on Wednesday.
Yes.
And here to chat with us further on this,
Here we
Tristan Oshishkish.
Shishkish.
Shishkish.
I give him
Close.
would.
Do I get an 8 out of 10 on
No,
that one? He's
I'll
the
give you
executive director from Ojibwe Cree
Cultural Center.
Cultural Center here in the city.
Yeah,
I'm giving him a 4 out of 10.
I'll give him a 7.
A
Just
7.
Give me a
kind,
7.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got a little
Tristan
excited with that.
Oshishkish. I'm just going to say Tristan O.
Yeah, there
Tristan
we
O?
go. There we go. Tristan O.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Studio 67.
Hey, amigos. Watch it, everyone. Watch it
Oh,
this
yeah.
way.
Awesome there, Kinsman. Well, you blew it right off the bat, pal.
I didn't blow it.
You practiced.
They say A for effort.
Yeah.
A for effort. I could have been one of those ones and just avoided the whole situation. I wanted to give it a try.
All right. Enough about your follies.
Let's talk about Tristan and this amazing
well,
day coming up on Wednesday.
but I have a couple questions. So for folks that don't know, can you tell us a little bit about the Ojibwe Cree and Cultural Center, which you are the executive director?
Yeah, that's true. We've been in operation since 1978. We've always been here in Timmins. We were actually a part of this building when we first opened.
Oh, wow.
We had the Broad Street Diner side.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and then they moved like 12 times since it's been running. Lately, we're located at 150 Brousseau Avenue. We have the largest First Nations authors, you know, just books. It's a library. Apparently, we have the largest collection in North America, so we're doing better than most of the big libraries down south. We also have a lot to do with the Treaty 9 education. We assist over 49 communities within that territory, so anytime they need help, they need resources, we partner up with them, we work with them. We also focus on language. So right now, it's mainly focused on the Omashkegowuk N dialect. So, you know, if there's documents that need translating, we do that. If people need simultaneous translations, our language coordinator goes out there. She sits in a booth, headphones on all day, and she'll just translate. Whether they're speaking in the language, she'll go to English. If they're speaking in English, she goes to the language. It's amazing. She's been doing that for 23 years now. And then also we focus on the culture itself, whether that has to do with ceremonies, has to do with, you know, singing with the drum, the big powwow drum, or doing round dance songs as well. It's what we do. It's what we're bringing back. And, yeah, it's been a fun adventure.
Now, Pascal says we need to boost his mic, Ronnie. What's going on? Are we able to hear him properly?
Can we hear Tristan now?
Well, what did you do to it?
You feeling good, Pascal?
He said he said he fixed it, but he did nothing. Explain us more, Ronnie.
I fixed it.
Okay.
He says he fixed it.
Okay. Let's see. What is Joanne saying here? Because we
Needs to talk louder.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
right.
you're very soft spoken, right?
Yeah. Try to be, I'll speak a little bit louder for everyone out there. Just getting over a sinus infection, so I'm getting my voice back. You'll hear me Wednesday singing with those guys. I'll be a lot louder, I promise. So hopefully you come out and catch that.
Yeah.
So be there.
Right there at 5:30 with the sunrise ceremony.
Yeah, we won't be singing just then, but that sunrise ceremony is going to start at 5:30. Unfortunately, with the fire ban, we can't have a sacred fire. But our fire keeper is going to be going around with a smudge pan. So he'll be able to smudge you. He'll have tobacco, whatever your prayers are. You'll leave that tobacco with him in that smudge pan, and either himself or me will go out at the end of the day and we'll make sure that tobacco is taken care of and your prayers are heard. And well, of course, they're going to be heard. Sweetgrass is going to be there, and it's all on you and how you talk with Gishimundo, Creator. So, hope to see you.
It really is the Indigenous culture is such a beautiful culture. and in many ways, and I've had a few experiences to learn about this. Now, Kinsman, I was talking with Tristan a bit before the show. I had an opportunity to go to Jules's sweat lodge. I've mentioned this on the show before.
Yeah, you have.
And you have this feeling like something's been lifted off your shoulder. Probably the stress you give me, Kinsman, gone. It's an experience.
I don't stress that guy
it's an
out.
experience.
You know who stresses him out? The guy who leaves sausages in our lighting
Yeah,
fixtures. Here in the studio,
Ronnie, who said he fixed the sound but did nothing. But we hope our guest sounds amazing because he does in studio. I don't think you would make it 30 seconds in a sweat lodge, Kinsman.
I think I would. Now, for someone who's never been, I've never been to a sweat lodge. So is it comparable to the hottest sauna of your life, or are we talking hotter here for this?
You know, it could be compared during the middle of winter, but this time of the year in the summer, even bringing in those first few rocks, you're gonna feel it right away. Some people get panicky. That's all right. You know, as long as you're there, you don't have to necessarily be inside. You can still say your prayers on the outside. You can sit there, you pray for those people going in. You can still offer your tobacco, and you know, for those who have been in it, I'm sure you can understand how hot it gets by the end, especially this time of the year, going through a heat wave. But you know, you just got to show up.
You feel like $1 million afterwards.
Oh,
that's,
for sure.
That's what everybody.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
haven't
Yeah,
experienced
you do.
myself, but going in, coming out, you feel like a whole new human being.
Yeah, you're praying, and you know, if you have illnesses, it's just going to be taken, right? And then if you do things the proper way and it all goes correct, you know, you got nothing to fear going in there. It's the safest place for you on Turtle Island is being inside that lodge. It's a beautiful experience.
Yeah, it definitely is, I guess, what lack of a better term, like a judgment-free zone. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
you conversate how you want to conversate, but most you're just within yourself. And I made it to round 4, Kinsman. I give you round 1.
You think I'd bail
Yes,
after one?
but you know, you got to go
But
a
I did
couple
do the
times.
hot challenge. I did do the hot
It's
challenge.
nothing
at the
like
Y.
a hot wing challenge. Oh, we have to call
That was the hot. The what was it? The one nut challenge.
Yeah,
I
you
haven't
did that.
touched a challenge since that challenge.
Yeah, that's right. And the other beautiful thing I want to touch upon, based on what you're telling us about the Ojibwe and Cree Cultural Center, is giving people an opportunity to take their culture back and learn more about their culture, which was the opposite years ago. And I love this. So if people want to learn more about their culture, learn more about traditions and language, the Ojibwe and Cree Cultural Center is a great place to go into.
Yeah, you know, feel free to drop by Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. You know, just ask for me, come in and talk, and whatever it is you're looking for, you're needing. We know some great, you know, traditional knowledge keepers I'll put you in touch with. They like to have their names kept off the air, but I'm telling you, they're the best. They come from the Mushkegowuk territory up on the James Bay, and these guys have been at it forever, you know. And sometimes if you just need to vent and talk, they'll just sit there and listen like these two guys are doing right now. They won't say anything.
They're
while
good
you're talking.
listeners.
Exactly.
Let you
They
get
just- they're there.
whatever's bugging you off your chest.
Yeah, and you know, whatever you need, you talk to them privately, or even if you just wanted to start learning more about our ceremonies, they're not going to turn you away. Doesn't matter if you have silly questions. You know, I've been back on this road now for a year and 8 months, and sometimes I still have questions, even though I grew up with it, right? So you never stop learning. Just never be afraid to ask those questions, and
Never a silly
stop
answer.
by. Yeah,
right?
never
a silly question.
Yeah. They
right?
might just
No.
laugh with you while you're
Yeah.
laughing, right?
And again, a judge-free zone.
yeah, exactly.
that's right.
exactly.
But they can't help your Leafs win the cup, Kinsman.
No.
So that,
Can I go in
that
there?
that's where
The sweat
limit-
lodge
yeah.
will not bring a Stanley Cup to Toronto in
Everyone's asking for
2024.
peace and healing. You're asking for a
I
Stanley
want
Cup.
the,
So
the
there's
Leafs to win the Stanley
Yeah,
Cup.
there
right?
there are limitations, but I do find the more you learn about a culture, the more you gain respect for that culture, and you can take away things that are very positive. And I definitely, you know, we work with the Sikh temple.
Yeah.
With our friends Daisy Baines, and you know, being part of the Kelsa Day Parade, we learn a lot about their culture and their openness and kindness. We learn a lot from the Indigenous culture, you know, how to respect the land and how to treat others and be open communicators. Every culture has a beautiful thing part of it. So I always encourage people, you know, you don't always have to learn about your own culture. Explore
Nice
the
to
world
explore
around us.
the world around us. And again, that's the beauty of what Wednesday opens up for people. And again, the National Indigenous Peoples Day, which is going to be all day at Hollinger Park. Again, you couldn't ask for better weather. It's going to be a nice hot day. Now, if one can't make it to the sunrise ceremony, there's a whole list of events throughout the day from 11 right through till 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, exactly. So 11, we kind of start up our day. You come in, you can check out the vendors, the craft vendors, beautiful things on display, anywhere from beaded earrings to carved items, even paintings. It's all going to be there. Then about 12 p.m. noon, we'll have our official opening with the prayer. We're just extending it to give people time to come together because, as my fellow Nish out there know, we're never on time. So we give people that extra hour to make their way in. Yeah, we're going to have opening remarks from some officials. And we'll start with that song. You'll hear our drum group, Home Fire Singers. They're going to start it off. And then from about 1 to 3 p.m., there's going to be fiddle music. So, you know, it doesn't matter what culture you're in. When you hear that fiddle going, some part of you wants to jig. So that's your time to get out there and start
Go grab
jigging.
some bannock. And again, when you're saying grab some of the samples down there, you say there are going to be samples of some of the Indigenous culture and cuisine.
Yeah, so about 5 p.m. we're going to roll out some moose meat, a lot of different fish. A lot of it's coming from the Métis Nation of Ontario. You know, we asked, and at the meeting they say, hey, we got a big stockpile, so it was taken care of. The goose is going to be cooked different ways. Some's going to be oven roasted, some smoked, so you get to see the differences. Myself, I love the smoked goose. It's just, hits you different. It's,
Never had
Haven't had smoked goose.
Oh, I
haven't had
any
goose. Now, you always say, does it taste like chicken? They say always tastes like chicken, or a different taste? What are we diving into?
You're diving into a greasy bird, so I'm going to recommend have a cup of tea with you or a pop to go with that. You drink water after goose, you're going to be burping all day, and people are going to think there's something wrong with you. But
You say,
it's
no,
just that grease
I
settling.
just had some goose.
Yeah, that's all you got to say. Get some bannock in there after, too. That'll settle things, because you're going to be running to the washroom if you just eat the goose itself. You know, if you got a delicate
Very lean
system.
meat, eh?
Oh, yeah, very lean. But if it's smoked, it's nice and soft, and that's why it's my favorite. But favorite part of the goose is those goose wings on an open fire. You know, you just burn off those feathers, eat the meat off, and then you can crack the bone, drink the marrow. It's I'm getting hungry now. I'm just talking about it. I haven't even
Talking about it.
We're always hungry on this show. No, you fit right in, trust me.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, that's great. What does, you know, for folks that may be their first time to come out and enjoy the celebrations on Wednesday, what does National Indigenous Peoples Day mean to people of Indigenous culture? I know I could say, like, for Mark and I, it's a chance to learn about the culture, you know, share stories, and learn about more people that live in our community.
Yeah.
But what does the day mean for people of Indigenous culture?
You know, for us, it's like any kind of social gathering, any kind of powwow. It's a chance for your friends to come together, your family. It's laughter all day. It's sharing. It's kindness. It's love. You know, and you get to see what people are up to in your community. 'Cause that's what we used to do a lot. We used to just gather, right, and have share food. That's what it is. And now that so many you know, non-Indigenous people are getting interested, it gives us an opportunity to share. And you're gonna see, if you come out, you ask questions to any Indigenous person, they're gonna be happy to share, right? And then you're gonna get to know that person on a personal level, and that's what it's about. It's about that connection with another human being, another Anishinaabe. That's what it is. Because, you know, we're all Anishinaabe. We're all good humans. You know, that's what it's about. I can't explain it. You just got to be there to
You just
feel
got to
it.
be
You're
there
gonna feel
to
it. Yeah.
experience it.
Yeah.
And again, National Indigenous Peoples Day, you know, why not? There's going to be a lot of curious onlookers, you know, don't be curious, stop in. And again, it's for all ages, welcome.
Exactly. You know, we're gonna have activities all day from toddlers up to, you know, older adults, elders. There's gonna be something for you to do. You know, even if you're someone who just sits back and observes,
You can
that's
just sit
great
back
too.
and observe.
You can just sit back, enjoy yourself, but definitely get some food. Make sure you stay hydrated that day.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to see no one dropping and have to go give CPR.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're
Well,
be
here it is.
running to
You
the
know,
water park.
Hollinger is next to the, you know, the splash pad.
Oh, yeah.
So if things do get hot, go to the splash pad and you can come back and enjoy
Exactly.
more of the culture.
Now, I have another question because you talked about, you know, the powwows and the drumming and singing. So, you know, watching the Thunder Creek Singers, watching the New Moon, dancers, singers.
Singers.
Okay, I got so much respect because one, I don't know how they can carry their voices for that long and the drumming. They're so focused. How much practice goes into perfecting this? Because to me, it's like they've been doing this all their lives.
Yeah. And, you know, they say it takes someone at least a year's worth of going to practices. But it's really at the powwows. I guess when you're put to the test, that's where you're going to know how far you as an individual singer has come. What we do within that drum circle at powwows is we have leads. You know, there's 4 leads. But you're singing all weekend. Those guys are going to get tired. So they're going to pass it off to the next guy. And that's, you know, his opportunity to see where he's at. It happens as well at openings for ceremonies, grads, whatever. That's their opportunity to shine, see where they're at. You know, I've come back into it, for the past year now. I'm going on my 2nd year of singing. I'm just like halfway there, you know. I got
You're halfway there.
There's an 18-year-old in our group who's like, oh,
Has the pipes.
He's got the pipes. He's got the songs all recorded.
You guys make it look so easy, though, when you're down
Well,
there.
they really do,
yeah.
but it's not an easy thing. Especially, I guess it's the pitch. There's such a range, and I just wonder, like a powwow all weekend. There's significant amount of performances. I just wonder, like, that's amazing that they can do that. And there's, you know, you mentioned before the show, it's a busy season. You're consistently on the road, a lot of powwows. So you really, like, I don't know how you stay in shape to do this is what I'm asking here.
You know, they say round is a shape, and that's another thing you get on the powwow
It's all
trail.
that goose.
Oh, goose, Indian tacos.
I'm going to say it's goose
poutine.
and all the bannock,
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Like, I've gained more weight since going to powwows, but
It's all worth
it
it.
helps. Yeah, it helps to push out those pipes, you know.
There we go.
That's all that matters. And as long as you're there to share your good energy at that drum, when you guys start beating on that drum and you start singing, there's something that happens. The people all around you, they feel that. That's why they're so drawn to it, right? And as long as those guys sitting at the drum are good, they're sober, they're in a good place, you're gonna feel that good energy coming from the spirit of that drum, coming from the spirit of those singers. It just it shoots
You
up.
get to feel it.
Yeah.
It really is a beautiful thing. Now, we had a couple questions.
Well, there was a comment from Joanne. She was asking, do you bless the animals before you clean them?
That's what I do when I hunt. As soon as I go start my day, I'll lay down that tobacco. As soon as I take the animal's life, I'll lay down that tobacco again, wherever it is that they fall. And then when it comes to the cleaning, you know, traditionally that's for our partners to do, our mothers, our gukums. But I myself, you know, I'll light up that smudge and I'll give thanks, because what we believe those animals are doing, it's not that we're going and hunting them. That's not what it is. Yes, we go out for the day, we set up, but we believe that they're coming and they're presenting themselves to share. And it ties into those 4 natural laws that we're taught: kindness, honesty, sharing, strength. So that teaching of sharing comes from the animals. That's why we used to make our clothes out of their hides, because they were clothing us. Our drums, the hide, that comes from the animal. They're sharing with us. The tools we used to have, again, comes from those animals. So it's all about sharing. And that's the lesson we take away. So I myself, yes, I do honor that spirit when I take it. But I can't speak for everyone. You know, people do their own thing, but that's how
how you
I
do it.
operate. Yeah. That's how I was taught.
Well,
so.
thanks for the question, Joanne. That's
Yeah.
a great answer.
And the beauty of it, sometimes it is what you make it.
Yeah.
And but I would say, you know, if you haven't been to the event similar to what's happening on Wednesday, go. We strongly encourage it. And, you know, you're going to have a beautiful time.
gonna be
We
an
were there
awesome day.
last year, but it was at Participa Park last year, right?
Yes, Participa Park. So this time it's over at Hollinger Park. And again, full day's list of events. Again, if you can make it before work, 5:30, the sunrise ceremony. If you've never been, what happens at the sunrise ceremony?
Well, how that all started was every family is its own little, let's call it a unit, right? You have the okama of your family, your boss who's supposed to lead everyone in ceremony, supposed to give out those teachings. So that's usually one of the pipe carriers in the family. Anyone could have a pipe, but what's going to happen is they're going to get that pipe ready. They're going to face the proper directions where they're supposed to face. And they're just going to ask people, you know, what are your prayers? Offer them up now. Usually there is a fire there, because in the home there was always a fire going, always a fire. But this year we're not going to have that, so instead it'll be with that smudge pan. Because even when you smudge, that's a sacred fire. You know, when you light that match and you set that flame to it, that becomes a sacred fire. You're able to pray. So that pipe carrier is going to do their directions, and they're going to pray for a good day. They're going to take your prayers. They're going to offer them up. And then at the end, there's going to be some water, some berries. So, you know, if you skip breakfast that early, you're going to be taken care of at the end.
You're going to be taken care of, yes. Yeah. And again, a new experience for a lot who've never experienced the sunrise ceremony.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically taking what was in your home and sharing it with everyone, because it was supposed to be done in the home. But now it's just been taken out there and it's shared with other people. But that, again, that's part of the culture. It's sharing. It's always sharing, and you're going to find kindness in there. So come on out. You know, there's nothing wrong you can do unless you start singing or video recording during it. Just be respectful. Last year we had someone fly a drone over, and you know, we were able to track that person down, and we just asked them, you know, it's great that you're interested. Could you just delete the footage? They had no issue. They didn't know. And now, you know, with this platform, you guys, KINZ and KLOMP, are able to share that information. So anytime, you know, you attend one of our ceremonies, please, no recording. Creator gave you eyes and ears and a mouth for a reason. Be there, be present. Don't live through that screen. You can do that when you go watch these guys on YouTube later or wherever they're streaming from. You know, that's what it's about. So.
Well, I agree. Thanks for the props, by the way. That'll make a great commercial.
Amazing.
Put down your phones and let us take care of it. But yeah, it is also, you want to experience it in the moment.
Exactly.
And you can't do that looking at your Instagram status.
And again, it's a great way to enjoy all the hours of the day, because the sunrise ceremony, you say, you know, you get up, that's when you start the day, and you know, utilize you know, the sunshine in that day to get all your chores done.
Exactly. As soon as that sun's up, that's when you should be up. And myself, 7 o'clock I'll wake up maybe. You know?
Yeah, I'm with you around the 7. Yeah. So there's also something called the Socks and Undie Drive.
Yeah, Socks and Undies Drive. What's that happening?
So that's a brand new initiative we're taking on. You know, it's going to go towards the living space community, the homeless community in general, some of the women's shelters as well. And it's just to say, you know, we're here to help. We have a lot of people on our committee and within our friend circles, even our family, who do a lot of frontline work with those communities. And one of the things they're in desperate need of is socks and underwear. So when you open your drawers after your shower, you know, just realize there's some people out there who can't do that. It's our responsibility as human beings to take care of each other. So, you know, if you can spare a pack from Giant Tiger or
Yeah, when
Walmart,
you're out shopping, put an extra pack in the
just-
cart.
Yeah, think of those people who don't have that opportunity to cover their privacy in the morning. They need that, especially being outside all day. It's one way you can help. That's you think it's small, but it's going to go a long way.
A
Believe
long
me.
way. And
Believe
if
me.
one doesn't have the physical donation of socks and undies, they can. Is there going to be a place to drop off monetary donations?
Yeah, I believe there will be a spot. This isn't my pet project. I got to give props to Caitlin Kaltwasser for that. She's the one who got this into motion. So I'm sure at the bin, you know, if you have a little extra money to give for that, give it, and I'm sure she and others on the committee will go out and they'll use
Exchange
that.
it, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to go in our pockets, I promise. You know, we really are there to help people. That's what we're about. So.
And a big shout out to Caitlin because
Yeah.
we've been chatting with
Caitlin's
her a
awesome.
bunch and
Yeah, we're going to see her on Wednesday.
brought us on board with the invitation, and we really appreciate that, and the whole committee. Vanessa Genier from Quilts for Survivors.
Yes, Quilts for Survivors.
we're-
We're going to be part of their sewing retreat
Yeah,
in
that's right.
September with Vanessa.
Well, you're not sewing, Kinsman.
No.
They're not going to let
Well,
you near
remember
the
the time we
machine.
did scrunchies on the show that
Yeah.
Vanessa
You
said, okay, you
don't-
guys are
you-
off the hook for sewing.
You can more talk about sewing, but
Yeah,
I'm not
we
bringing
can talk
you.
sewing, and we'll be there for moral support.
But I believe Vanessa's hosting the event, if I have that right. My last piece of knowledge, but
she is.
a beautiful person. Most people are familiar with Quilts for Survivors. They've been on the show.
Thousands upon thousands of
Oh, yeah.
followers and
They're
people have
unreal.
joined the Quilters, her Quilters family, I like to call him. And again, just a great human being. Yeah, making quilts for survivors.
Most of the negative people in Timmins need smudging. Yeah. Smudging is definitely a sense of a healing process and tranquility. I pulled out my big word today, Kinsman. Lucky I didn't stumble on it, but it is a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. That smudging comment brings up a meme I saw. It says, I smudged the house last night. I woke up outside.
Yeah.
You've been waiting like for months to say that
Waiting
one.
months. When's Tristan coming on the show? Can I use that one?
So say Tristan's last name again, now that we've had a break.
Oshishkish. Oshishkish?
A shishkish.
A shishkish.
Shishkis.
Yeah, so that's in our language, you know, when the priests and the missionaries first came, what I've been taught by the elders in my family is that they got our name wrong. Because of the interpreters at the time weren't from our region, they pronounced it shishish. In our language, shishish is that mud. You know, when you tear up the grass, there's that mud. If you start digging deeper, you get that shishkish, which is that white clay. So that's our proper name. That's where it comes from. And, you know, I got to thank my Gokum and my Uncle Mishan for giving me that knowledge, being able to correct that name. You know, we appealed to the Ontario government, me and my Gokum, my mother, trying to get the rest of the family to do it, but everyone's proud, right? It's what they've been called for so long, but we got to stay true to who we are. So that's why it's a bit harder to pronounce, a shishkish. You know, it's a lot of different vowels jumping in there.
I'll remember it tonight
For
and
Wednesday,
still screw it up the next time.
We're going to test you live on Wednesday.
Shishkish.
You go back to this recording.
Tristan O. Just, the fist pumps. That's it.
Two last questions for you.
All right.
So I remember last year, I actually might have been in Thunder Bay. But one of the Grand Chiefs, if I have his title right, he said something that really caught my attention. And of course, you know, there's so much to talk about the past and how we entreated the Indigenous people in this culture. And I can go on about that because it's extremely upsetting. But on top of that, he says we can't forget to laugh a little bit and enjoy ourselves on top of all these tragedies and seriousness, because that's also part of the healing process.
Yeah.
Is this statement you connect with?
You know, I grew up in this society, society that settlers have brought. I adhere to the laws that, these man-made laws that have been established on us to live in mutual respect with non-Indigenous people. Now, when we get to these heavy topics, my Gokum, my grandmother was a residential school survivor. I remember her distinctly as a youth, maybe 4 or 5, waking up at 3 a.m. crying in the middle of the night on the edge of her bed. No one in my family awake to comfort her, me having to go, put my arm around her, my hand on her sometimes, or just sit there and wait till her fit was done, tuck her back in the bed. Sometimes she'd remember, sometimes she wouldn't. So when we talk about these issues, those are the memories for me that come to mind. Also, the stories she's told me about friends she lost growing up in that residential school. The amount of family lines that have been extinguished because settlers thought they could impose their rule on us, try to take away our identity. That's what it brings up for me. But I also had the opportunity to go down to Ottawa with my Gokum to confront 2 of her abusers who were still alive. They were both nuns. And just watching her go through that journey, it's how can you muster that kind of forgiveness in people who took so much from you, abused you so much? And so I'm really trying to take her lead with it. And I see how much lighter she is now. Now I don't hear her crying as much. She talks about the sense of relief she has, because that's the true reconciliation. It's coming face to face with your abusers and allowing that forgiveness to flow, but also holding them accountable, because she did that there. She's, hey, you remember doing this to me? And they tried to deny it at first, but eventually they came around, because you can't deny something that evil and your part in it. But as soon as that accountability is held, that's when that forgiveness can begin. That's when that healing can begin. And, the Anishinaabe out there, they know humor is one of our biggest qualities. And so try to have a little humor, yes, because if you dwell too much on that negative side, you're going to allow those negative ones to come and take you. And they're going to put their hooks in you, and you don't want that. So yes, speak about the things that need accountability. Allow forgiveness to happen. Allow your healing to happen, and it's going to be different for everyone. But always, 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 there's going to be humor. You see it everywhere. I attended a residential school gathering in Toronto when we were singing for the Mushkegowuk Chiefs gathering, completely separate venue. But all these survivors, there was over 400 survivors from across Canada sitting in this room. And in between speaking, there's always laughter, always laughter. People coming up, talking about different things, always laughter. Laughter is what's going to help us a lot in those dark times. Same with that forgiveness. So when you hear politicians talk about truth and reconciliation, I'm just going to say, ignore them. It has to come from us and those abusers sitting at the table discussing it. And, when you have people talking about economic reconciliation, just ignore them, because it's all about money for them, and that's not what it's about. We're about spirit and about what was done. And I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. It does, and more. And another perfect example, what is the beauty of the Indigenous culture. So Mark and I can't fathom it, but it would be pretty much someone coming into our homes, Mark, taking our children, stripping us from speaking our language, and teaching our culture and values to our children. Completely wiped out. And a lot easier to think about it than actually live through it. But the beautiful thing about the Indigenous culture, because I think our main word would have been revenge or anger, and all those things exist. But the main word coming out of the Indigenous culture was reconciliation, healing. And it's such a beautiful way to think about it in the middle of one of the biggest atrocities in our history. Because I don't think, and I'll call us the wipers, we would be revenged. That would be our word. And how, like, that's something I've always taken away. You know, of course there's anger, and of course there's, obviously I'm understating it, but the biggest word I've heard is healing. And that's such an amazing, like, enlightening way to look at it, but must be very difficult at times.
Very difficult.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's something we've been carrying. I've been carrying it since I was a child. I had no idea. My mother, too, when I was in her womb, she was carrying that. And I'm sure it was the same for when she was in my Gokum's womb. For us, it's something we're used to, but that shouldn't be the way, right? And that's why I'm so fortunate now that we have these social media tools, and you know, non-Indigenous people are able to see our struggle and what it is we go through, and just to know that, hey, we're human too. That's what Anishinaabe means, good human. So we're all Anishinaabe, and you know, the fact that non-Indigenous people are learning more and more about us, especially on days like National Indigenous Peoples Day, it's just beautiful to see, because that's what it's all about. It's all about sharing. We always knew that we would have to share Turtle Island with the people of the 4 nations, and you see that happening nowadays. It's we're living in it, you know, prophecy fulfilled. So it's good to see. Yeah.
It is a beautiful thing. Now, on a different note, Kinsman, because last year with the drumming and singing, you tried to dance. You did embarrass me a little bit. So this year, after a year of practicing, I expect a little more. What did you call it? A jiggle or a jiggy?
Jiggle.
Yeah,
I expect a little more jiggy from Kinsman.
Get a little jiggy with it.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
Let's see what
so
happens on
Wednesday,
Yeah.
starting at 5:30.
5:30 a.m. and then from 11 to 7, if you can't make it to the sunrise ceremony, hopefully you can. You know, maybe before work, school, you can head on down there to Hollinger Park. But 11 to 7, there's traditional games, drumming, dancing, food sampling. Again, you said there's crafters going to be set up there to take a browse through. So again, even you know, if you are working during the day, there is a chance even after work to head on down to Hollinger Park and
That's what it's all about.
grab some bannock.
Yeah, and make sure you bring
some goose.
some cash, because no ATMs on site. You're going to see a lot of beautiful things you're going to want. So
Cash in hand.
cash in hand.
Cash.
Cash is king.
Cash is king.
Cash
Again,
is king.
if
Mark
it-
loves the cliches, and you gave him one right there. You're just so happy to hear that one, right? Is Cash
is
king,
king.
Kinsman?
But yeah, if it is a hot day, you know, the splash pad is just mere feet away from where everything's going to be set up there in Hollinger Park.
Exactly. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's
well,
gonna be a beautiful day.
We appreciate you 1,000%.
Thanks so much, Tristan.
We're going to get Ronnie
All right.
to get ready to roll the sponsors, including our awesome partners here,
Yes.
Mark, who've always treated us with kindness and respect. We got a great deal of
We love
admiration for them
and
also.
we can't wait to celebrate and dive into the culture of National Indigenous Peoples Day on Wednesday.
We have a CD to give away
Yes.
when we come back.
Yeah, Vern Chichu.
Yeah, the
Someone's gonna
last
win
of
this one.
5.
Yes.
There we go. All right, Ronnie, roll those sponsors.
And here's a week to book off the Stardust Festival coming to the city August 25th through September 2nd. The festival will officially begin with an evening gala on Friday, August 25th at 6 p.m. at Cedar Meadows Resort and Spa. To book your tickets, you can find them online through eventbrite.ca. And just for the fun of it, mini putt and batting cages, book your tee time, take a few cuts in the batting cage, or just cool off in the splash zone. Call Don Marcoux to book your summer fun today, 705-264-7888. And Rock of the River, who's got a ticket for the Country Night, Friday, July 21st, featuring Dallas Smith, the James Barker Band, the Wreck Laws, Rosewood Ave. Or how about the Rock Night, Saturday, July 22nd, featuring the likes of Papa Roach, Default, Crown Lands, and Dopamine. Get your tickets online now at rotr.ca. And the Punjabi Restaurant. Dive into the Punjabi cuisine in the downtown core, located 211A Algonquin Boulevard East. And some fun events happening at your Timmins Public Library this week. Some of the events include B-City Timmins Indigenous Peoples Day coming up on Wednesday, board game groups on Thursday, story walks at Hersey Lake, and orientations to Ontario. happening on June 23rd and 24th this week. Get all the details on the Timmins Public Library Facebook page today. In DAP Cleaning Solutions, residential commercial cleaning excellence guaranteed. Book now with Andrew N. for your carpet cleaning, strip, and wax jobs for your commercial unit. Call Ann for your free quote, 705-465-3500. And Dare Timmins teaming up with the mini putt and batting cages for free mini putt. Coming up this Saturday, 11 to 2, free swag, and the first 100 kids will play mini putt for free. And free estimates with V&M Renovations. Contact Max and Justin today for your kitchen, bathroom, bedroom reno. Maybe some mini excavating that needs to be done. Call them today, 705-372-3832. And the Urban Park put on by the Downtown Timmins BIA, gearing up for a fun summer. All begins July 5th with Carnival Week in your downtown along 3rd. Get all your details at yourdowntowntimmins.com. And the Cooperators Timmins, book now with Sebastian Vermette and his team for your investment goals. Maybe some life insurance plans. Call now for a consultation or visit them today, 239 Wilson Avenue, or book an appointment. Call Sebastian Vermette today, 705-264-4395. In Jackpot City Gaming, play some bingo, Vegas-style games, and they're now fully licensed at 251 First Avenue. And Royal LePage, are you buying or selling? Contact Albert Seal to have Albert Seal your deal with Northern Realty Leaders. Royal LePage, 705-465-3493. In another busy week at Imagine Cinemas with Spider-Man, Transformers Rise of the Beast, and The Flash. Get your tickets and showtimes online at ImagineCinemas.com. And some big events leading up to St. Jean-Baptiste Day. You'll find all the fun online at LaRonetimmins.ca. And the Timmins Indigenous Organizations Committee welcomes everyone to join us in celebrating Indigenous culture in the community with National Indigenous Peoples Day coming up this Wednesday at Hollinger Park. Begins bright and early at 5:30 a.m. with the sunrise ceremony with the lighting of the sacred fire. And then throughout the day, 11 to 7, traditional drumming and dancing, games and activities for all ages. Also at 12 noon, the opening song and prayer with opening remarks. All are welcome. Also happening that day, Socks and Undies Drive. Join us at Hollinger Park and bring down. You're encouraged to bring socks and new undies for their drive. Again, 11 to 7, Wednesday at Hollinger Park. And welcome to Timmins Night, put on by the Timmins and District Multicultural Center. They want you to save the date. September the 6th, 6 to 8 at the McIntyre Curling Club.
Back in action, Kinsman.
We are back in action
I got
again.
some distance from you. I like it.
Come on. You want some distance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gary says here, could you read this? You're bragging about your eyes.
I can read my eyes. Yeah, I've got great eyesight. Gary Richards says, try to attend as many sunrise ceremonies as I can. I always learn a new elder teaching. Such a solemn gathering.
Yes, beautifully
So
said,
Gary.
Gary.
Thanks, Gary, for that message. And we'll see him down there.
Couldn't agree more. And Danielle says, you should try to make it to the Hollinger between 11 and 7. I'll be there with the college, yes.
All right, so Danielle will
Northern
be down
College.
there. Yes.
1,000%.
A lot of vendor booths going to be set up there, and crafters.
Yeah, it is.
As well.
It is a beautiful day. Thank you so much, Louise. And what did Gary say? You bet at sunrise ceremony, lunch hour, and after work. Good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, make it to the sun. You got to get up or go to bed early on Tuesday.
Got to go to bed early.
Sunrise.
Sunrise ceremony.
Yeah. Yes,
We'll
that's
see.
right.
We'll see us down there.
You got great eyesight till you hit 49, Kinsman.
I've got a few years to go.
Not too many.
No. It's already starting to fail.
Pity it's on a weekday, but it is open till it goes on till 7 there, Chris.
7 o'clock, Chris.
Yeah.
Maybe between haircuts, you can make it down to Hollinger.
So Sean Seal had one of Vern Chichu CD, and it is amazing.
It is, yeah. Walk With Me again. Vern, was on the show. Dropped the new album in January, and again dedicated to the memory of his late wife, Karen Pine Chichu. A lot of heart and soul, and she had some insight to all those songs.
Oh God, it's a beautiful album.
And
yes.
her dying wish was put that album together, and that's what Vern did.
Yeah, we had the pleasure of hearing some of the songs with Vern on the show. Scott had said, "You're king, Kinsman of what?
King of what?
Burger King.
Mark is king. I'm the king of Burger
Don't give
King.
him an ego here, Scott. I got some late breaking news.
Uh-oh.
You're not the only one in love. Ronnie's got himself a partner.
Yeah, that's what we
He's-
hear.
This is why he's
Yes.
dashing out of the studio
Yeah,
now.
he dashes out before I do now.
Yeah, you guys both dash out of here. So Ronnie's in love. That's why he's like all chipper and he's sitting in the chair
He's got the
properly.
cologne on now.
Yeah.
The hair's all combed.
Yeah, that's right. He used some Axe deodorant.
His Blockbuster shirts are all pressed and ironed.
That's
Yes,
right.
yeah.
The name tag is
No
straight.
wrinkles in the slacks. Hey, he's a new man now.
He is a new man. I can't believe he wore the full Blockbuster outfit in 30+ degree. He needs Blockbuster shorts.
That's it.
I think.
Well, maybe his other half likes the Blockbuster.
Oh, well,
car.
we don't want to get too deep into what they're up to after hours. We just know they're happy.
That's it. Well, hey, you know what? Hey, what as they say,
Yeah.
you know, hey,
Okay.
love is in the air for Ronnie.
So
good to see.
let's see. Chris says Ronnie, the rabbit in heat.
That's from Chris.
More than likely. More than likely that's true. What else do we got? Ronnie,
You weren't supposed to tell. That's Joanne saying that.
We got Danielle. Okay.
Guess Ronnie's bike's
Okay, hold
paid
on,
off,
Ronnie.
Right? It's what Sean said. His bike
Sean
paid
said his
off.
bike paid
Yeah.
his real motive of the bike.
Get
and-
over to his new gal's house.
and Danielle says,
That's it.
"Love makes you do crazy things, Kinsman."
It does it?
It does. I don't know. What crazy things do you do if you admit
What do you mean?
What do you? Well, you admitted it. I don't know.
Well, no, I'm
Know
just
what
saying.
you're up
well,
to
why-
after hours.
Is that a true thing? Does love make you do crazy
Is it
things?
true? Is it
Maybe
true,
does.
Ronnie? Are you doing crazy things?
I do crazy things.
Yeah. But now he's got his he's back to the old Ronnie, headphones off, and really he got dumped already.
That's it.
He's already stretching. Okay, Ronnie, pull up the wheel.
Wheel of winning. Who's going to win?
winning.
Vern G2, Walk With Me. Again.
Now, do you know the other 4 winners? Because are we going to give it to if someone repeats wins? Or do you know?
I'll remember.
All right.
Yeah, I'll
Roll it,
remember.
Ronnie.
Yes. Again, dedicated to Karen Pine Chichu. Great songs on this. And again, a Juno Award winner. And the winner is Louise Melanson.
All right.
There we go.
Did Louise win one already?
She has not won a CD
All right.
from Vern Chichu yet.
That's
and,
right.
you know, on one of the shows we were chatting, you know, she even said she hasn't won in a while. So
Oh,
there we
Louise
go,
hasn't
Louise.
won.
Yeah. So Louise,
feel like
you've won
Louise-
the new Vern. Give you that. I'll drop that off even after the show tonight. She's on the route back.
on
back
the
home. Yeah.
on the route back there, Kinsman.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Louise.
Yeah.
All right.
Big winner.
I think that is fini, right?
Fini, which means
end.
it has come to the end. Yes.
All the women that's like my heart, that's all they like. I've got a good
Oh,
heart.
we have a comment from Guy. Can you post that
Yeah,
there?
let's put Guy's comment. Says, oh my gosh, okay. Putting the bifocals to the test, Guy says, well, I hope everyone has a wonderful evening and a wonderful day tomorrow. Hope everyone will enjoy the nice weather that we're going to have again tomorrow. Nice sunshine. Joanne, you have a wonderful evening and enjoy yourself in Sudbury. Mark and Jamie and Ronnie have a wonderful evening. Congrats to the winner. Sean Williams, Bradbury Seal, you have a wonderful day tomorrow and a wonderful evening. He's always out, always sending
is
some good
always
cheer
like-
and love.
He's good
Yeah.
vibes.
Good job, Mark.
I love
He is a
it.
good 5, and I'm still waiting for him to pick our lotto numbers so we can
Yeah.
cash in the way
Yeah.
he did years ago.
Joanne's going for a walk in Sudbury, and she also says Guy is so sweet. What she is, along with Sean. You know, Sean's also first thing in the morning. Very positive comments.
Always comments.
Amazing people there,
Yeah,
kids.
whatever we're posting, he's up and at 'em.
All right, this is the end of the day, pal.
The end of the day,
Yeah.
Louise, your Vern Chichu
Yeah.
album will be en route. And again, it's some great listening there. Again, remember he was on the show. We played
yeah, it's amazing.
4 of his tracks
Maybe
on that.
I'm gonna find out what you 2 crazy kids are up to in love because you admitted it. What are you gonna be doing? Holding up the boombox at Tracy's house with the Vern Chichu
The
CD?
Vern Chichu.
Neighbors are gonna call a
Vern
complaint
Chichu.
in on you.
No, we're stuck watching one of the episodes of Hell's Kitchen. You ever watch that?
Yeah, I've watched Hell's Kid. You're just catching up now.
Well, we're
kids, into
catching.
pulp
That's it. Well,
culture.
hey, don't knock it. We're
I don't
catching
knock
up.
it. It's good.
We've got 2 episodes left. I think it's season 11.
First time you've watched a TV series in what, 5 years?
Probably longer than that.
Oh yeah, man. You didn't even. I don't even know what you were watching before. Right? Channel 3. Action News.
Channel 3. Yeah, it's the late night channels where it was all scrambled.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
They would unscramble.
Oh,
for
you're
like
trying
10
to watch
seconds.
something scrambled for free, I bet.
He would get up at
Yeah.
5 in the
You
morning
Playboy
just to watch
Channel? You're trying to get that? And remember, you used to scramble as a kid?
Well, that's it. That's what I was talking
HBO
about.
Max
Yeah.
or whatever it's called. All right, let's close it out, Ronnie. Good night,
Yeah.
everyone, and we will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. See ya.
Escúchame, baby, yo te quiero, baby. Sin ti no valgo la pena, sin ti esto es una condena. Y escúchame, baby, que te quiero, baby. Sin ti yo no quiero nada, mi mundo por ti esperaba. Y te digo, y es que si me voy de aquí, sin ti yo me voy a morir, es mucho el dolor que siento hoy. ¿Y qué más va a ser de ti? Sin mí tú vas a sufrir, es mucho el dolor, entiéndelo. Yo sin ti muero de pena, yo siento que me estoy cayendo, sin ti yo ya no tengo aliento. Para ti mi vida entera, prefiero un rato con tus besos y que me duren todo el resto. Escúchame, baby, yo te quiero, baby. Sin ti yo no quiero nada, mi mundo por ti esperaba. Y te digo, y es que